Thank you, and thank you, Grant. Nicely done. How about a hand for all of the bidders and all the generosity? God bless you. Thank you so much. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it's true. CSC could not do what they do and what they've given to all of us without the support. So it really is life-saving. To close out our program, I'm going to circle back and tell you my story, and then we're going to do some more shopping and hugging and all of that good stuff. But I just want to say that last year at this event, I sat at that table right there. I had had 2 chemos, and I was ready for my third. As I was starting to describe to you, I was not very well, but I was very inspired. One of the great heroes of my life, Eve Ensler, stood on this stage. And so it's an honor for me to even be up here knowing that she was here last year. But I sat right there, and I thought to myself, God willing, next year I'll be well, and I'll be well enough to be up here. And here I am. So, yay! That's so cool. All right. Which mic is better? Is this hotter? Same. All right. All right. I'm Jewish, but I'm like an Italian. I need my hands, so I'm going to do this. Okay. Hold on. All right. So, as I've been saying all afternoon, my life is in great part about storytelling and supporting other people in this telling of their stories, and that's one of the ways I love to communicate. So, what I'm going to read to you now as we close out the luncheon, hold on, is here we go, is a piece from a book that I'm working on, and it is called, this story is called Winter, Spring, and Donna Summer, My Season with Cancer. Donna Summer keeps making me cry. It's May 2016. I'm in rehearsal for a disco show. Before you roll your eyes and judge, I'm from Jersey, the place where disco never died and never will. So here I am preparing for a benefit for SHARE, a nonprofit organization committed to raising money for children's charities. In just a few hours at the iconic Beverly Hills Hotel, I will wear false eyelashes and fishnets and shake my groove thing. A disco inferno with raining men. It will be a perfect night, one for the books. But in the midst of my excitement, there was a concerning feeling in the pit of my belly, the feeling that all could go terribly wrong, all because of her, that bitch, Donna Summer. She just keeps making me cry. Again, it's that damn song, Last Dance. I inhale the familiar strains of a song that is played at every wedding, bar mitzvah, and graduation party since the beginning of time. And even though I've sung it and danced to it more times than I can count, I hear it differently now that I've been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. You see, my job here is to entertain, keep the vibe upbeat, inspire people to get up off their asses and down with the cause. I can shimmy, sashay, and saunter all I want, just as long as the audience is inspired to open their hearts and wallets for charity. There's only one thing I cannot do, and that is cry. Just as Tom Hanks' character in A League of Their Own instructed, there's no crying in baseball, so too, there's no crying in disco. And yet I am. I can't stop. Because I am here and alive and well, defying the odds that I became aware of on July 20th of 2015 when a Santa Monica gastroenterologist informed me that I had a malignant growth in my pancreas. He sympathetically offered, you might want to take notes because you probably won't remember much of this conversation. He was right. I didn't. What I do remember is everything went slow-mo, like jogging in Jell-O. How can I have cancer in my pancreas? Where the hell is my pancreas? And how did I get on its shit list? And then I did what many people do when faced with a life-threatening illness or existential crisis. I Googled. I don't recommend this. Here's what I learned. The most common population for pancreatic cancer, African-American men over 60 who smoke and drink. Either my doctor thinks I'm an old black man who likes to party, or there's been some sort of paperwork mix-up. Never in my life had I wanted parasites or gallstones so badly. But no luck. I had cancer. Stage 1B was the diagnosis. No family history, no unhealth before my cancer, and here it was. What began as severe abdominal pains that wouldn't quit me Maybe I just need a juice cleanse and a hot yoga class. My husband, you spent the last week lying on the floor in your office, writhing in pain. Would you please go see a doctor? I did. I listened to my sweetie's gut, and I went and had mine checked out. By the way, the expression listen to your gut takes on a whole new meaning once a gastro-related illness is involved. What followed was my 10-month-long dance with cancer, a surreal roller coaster ride of extreme highs and lows, from delicious and breathtaking acts of kindness to excruciating physical pain that I wouldn't wish on anybody, not even the guy with the orange hair. I did a lot of things to get better, everything that made sense to me. I did a marriage of traditional Western and Eastern medicine, from chemo and chicken soup to polarity, bodywork, herbal supplements, acupuncture, Tibetan sound bowl healing. And I went to the wellness center. I went to CSC every single week. And I went there and I wrote every week. And it saved my life. And I had a community. And I had love. And I had people who spoke the same shorthand as I did. And I didn't have to worry, were they going to be able to handle my feelings about cancer? Because they had the same feelings. And I did all of it. I went to yoga, I went to Tai Chi. My husband and I got to participate in the University of Michigan study that we did there, a clinical trial. I had individual counseling. My husband had individual counseling, and I can't thank Bill Kavanaugh enough for helping my husband, saving both of our lives. Yeah, you could applaud for that, for sure. And then after I had 8 rounds of chemo, I had a major 8-hour abdominal surgery called the Whipple procedure. Whipple procedure. Only instead of squeezing the Charmin, they squeeze your pancreas. Even if only a few of you get that reference, it's totally worth it. Essentially, the surgeon, Dr. Tim Donahue, an angel in khakis, and his amazing team at UCLA, they cut me open, they removed my pancreas. Again, I'm not a doctor, so I don't have the exact terminology, but I'm fairly certain they dry cleaned it. And then they cut off the funky parts, they put the salvageable ones back in, and they rewired me. Because I live in Santa Monica and Los Angeles, I hired a wellness coach, because that's the law. And this woman had been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer 17 years ago, and she was doing great. I thought she'd be a good antidote to the shock faces I told when I told people what kind of cancer I have. Because when you tell people that you have pancreatic cancer, honestly, they look like they're going to die. It's unbelievable. They're like, what? I'm like, I know. So here's the thing. The mention of cancer, what it ignites in some people is their own mortality. We all know this, right? I'm talking to a group of people. Many of you have walked in my shoes. We fear that we're going to die, but here's the rub. We're all going to die. In fact, every single one of us is dying right now. So maybe the terror is not that we are going to die, but simply the fact that today, while we are here, that we're not really living. Right here, right now. Mostly, I did 2 things. I slowed down. I got still for perhaps the first time in my life. CSC definitely helped me do that. Energetically, it was as if I had relocated from New York City to Los Angeles to Kauai. And that stillness allowed me to see things that I could not, did not, was not able to see otherwise. The second thing I did was I allowed myself to receive, to let love in on a deep and profound way, on a cellular level. CSC became a safe refuge for me, my ideas, my concerns, my dreams, and my questions. And as I mentioned earlier, my wonderful writing class, weekly class, lovingly guided by the wise and wonderful Zena Bartholomew, was, where is she? Is she here? I love her so much. It was precious time that I look forward to all week. I mean, literally, I would get myself up, even when I was in the middle of chemo and I felt weak, and I would just do what I could to get there. My notebook and the CSC in general became a container for the myriad of emotions that were happening while I was in treatment. And thank God, miraculously, I did get better. I spent hours, days, weeks holding my aching belly, massaging it, talking to it, and listening to it, the cancer, had to teach me. The whole ordeal was like a master class in self-love. The tumor shrank, as did my ability to live a small, unexpressed life. So, back to the ballroom. I'm on stage dancing. It's the finale number. I am thankfully, magically, strutting my stuff in gold lame as the giant mirrored disco ball spins. I am struck by a lightning rod of truth. And it's this. This is not my last dance. Donna Summer is wrong. She just is. She continues to belt out. And I dance, and I weep, and I breathe in and out, grateful for another day, another chance to dance.